Yes, so thank you so much for being here, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm an IT architect and I work for IKEA Systems. And right now I'm 8 months pregnant, so please keep your phone very close in case of an emergency. Um, I'm here to talk about developing actions from the data and just tell a little bit about the journey that we have gone in IKEA. When I was approached by the organizers of the conference, I told them, like, we are really in early stages of big data at IKEA. And they said, yeah, that's good. So come and tell us about that. So this is what is this. Um, this is the IKEA, the idea behind IKEA to create a better everyday life for the many people. And we operate in 47 countries, and we have around 361 stores around the world. IKEA Systems is the owner of the IKEA concept, and we have this franchisor model. Here's some facts and figures for 2014. For example, we have 1.6 billion visits to our website. So every time that you blink, someone visits an IKEA website. And we have other interesting ones as well. We have 821 million visits to the IKEA stores. So we have a lot of data that we collect from different touch points. Web analytics at IKEA. So we started this journey several years ago. And for us, web analytics is the process of understanding our online presence. I mean, we have websites, we have microsites, we have applications, and we need data in order to make the right decisions. We need data in order to optimize our applications and also to direct the marketing efforts that we have and to obtain the best return on investment. We have the stores, and with the stores we usually do surveys and so on, but it's really difficult to follow up and get the right insights from the data that we have. But online allows us to explore things that we will not be able to explore in the offline world. So, for example, in terms of tracking of different marketing campaigns online, give us a different world perspective. Here, I use this analogy because one of my favorite authors in web analytics is Avinash, and he is a Google evangelist. And he talks a lot about the paradigm of web analytics 1.0 and 2.0. And in web analytics 1.0, you have a huge amount of data that you track with a click stream. But even though you have lots of data that has been tracked, you have very little insights from the data. And we use that analogy in IKEA because we have a lot of what's, what has been clicked here, what has been done here, but we don't get the whys. And for us, as a customer-centric company, it's very important to get the whys. Yeah, why our customers are doing certain things, why they are not buying certain products, and so on. So, talking a little bit more about this paradox of data, it will be very tempting in order to understand our customers, to track all the sources that we have and all the interactions with these sources. But the thing is, we are not a technology company, we are retail. So we have to optimize our resources and track what is needed and what is relevant for us. So as you can see, we have the stores, we have the websites, we have applications, we have different apps that we launch in different countries and so on. So it will be very, very difficult to track all of them and all the interactions with them. So as a result, not all user interactions with our site, for example, are measured. So we don't care much about click on site or hover action in certain things or the number of login attempts. That doesn't give us the data that we are looking for. That doesn't give us the insights that we need. So in the end, what we concentrate is in the data that give us foundations to make decisions. So for example, bounce rate, average time on site, visits, unique visits, and so on. Information that can be used also to channelize funnels for e-commerce. So how we deal with this data overload? Our founder, Inga Kamprad, has one say that we use quite a lot in the company, that simplicity is a virtue. And we use that as an analogy. So not everything is measured, and only needful data should be collected. Data must be subordinated to business requirements and no vice versa. So this is quite important. So we keep it clear and simple. But what we really want to do is understand the why. You know, we are, as I said, a very customer-centric company, so it is important for us to understand the why. And for that, we have to use another paradigm, which is Web Analytics 2.0. And we have the click stream, where we have the what part covered, and then we start to analyze multiple outcomes. Then we will do experimentation and testing. We use a lot of voice of customer and also competitive intelligence, then to reach the insights, which are the goal part, the one that is really important for us because it will give us answers about our customers. So we like process because we like to standardize things, especially having this franchisee-franchisor model. This becomes quite relevant and important for us. So when we set the goals, we establish some key performance indicators, and that depends of the applications that you want to track, or the microsites or campaigns. And then we establish what needs to be tracked, and we send the right metrics to the right people. And this is where reporting becomes really powerful, because not everyone in the company has the knowledge to do analysis. So sometimes what they need is just a very clear dashboard, a very clear reporting that they can understand and they can process and can take the right decisions. Then we draw conclusions and test new ideas and improve the site to drive more traffic, to increase return on investment, and to make things better. And then we reevaluate the goals. So all of this depends, as I said before, of the product, depends of the campaign, depends of the team as well. For example, here, this is a practical example. If one particular team wants to promote a new wireless charging furniture that has just been created, then we discussed how they can reach the goal for that, and they will choose what kind of marketing campaign they will use. And then they will, depending local or global, they can go to different agencies, or they can launch it in the e-commerce platform and so on. And then the evaluation will come from the tracking that we already have established with the KPIs that these teams want to, they want to achieve. So then we will have different sources of information, such as visits, campaigns, orders, and so on. And then you do an analysis, and then you recognize it. What are the best performing campaigns? What are the best performing products or channels? So this is how we get insights from the data. This is a little bit just trying to explain the complex ecosystem that we have in IKEA and how we track data. So just for the websites and for the applications, we have a huge amount of data because we have one global website, but also we have one website per country. And because we operate in 47 countries, then we have this amount of websites and applications. On top of that, we also have event applications, or we have promotional applications. So it is a lot of different online tools that we use. We tracked everything, or we tend to track everything that we have established the right KPIs. And we have chosen a tool, which is Omniture, to use globally. But at the same time, countries can track locally as well. We use a tag management system as well, Tilium, to make that easier. And this is really a new area, and we have not done a lot in the terms of experimentation and testing, but I think it's an area that will be explored more and more in the future. Especially now that iOS is an IKEA company as well, and they're the ones in charge of producing the furniture and new products. I think it will be quite interesting to start to do experimentation and testing in this area online. Like sort of instead of launching a product in the physical store, then you can launch it online, and then you can gather feedback from customers, what works and what doesn't work. So imagine that we have a new range of devices that you can charge wireless. So if we test it online, then we will be able to gather the insights much quicker. And also if something doesn't go well, we will be able to fail faster and recover faster.
Once in a while, something comes along that changes the way we live. A device so simple and intuitive, using it feels almost familiar. Introducing the 2015 IKEA catalog. It's not a digital book or an e-book. It's a book. The first thing to note is no cables, not even a power cable. The 2015 IKEA catalog comes fully charged, and the battery life is eternal. The interface is 7.5 by 8 inches, but can expand to 15 by 8 inches. The navigation is based on tactile touch technology that you can actually feel. Content comes pre-installed via 328 high-definition pages of inspiring and furnishing ideas. To start browsing, simply touch and drag. Right to left to move forwards, left to right to move backwards. Notice something else? That's right, no lag. Each crystal clear page loads instantaneously, no matter how fast you scroll. If you want to get a quick overview, just hold it in the palm of your hand and using just your thumb, speed browse the content. If you find something you want to save for later, you can simply bookmark it. And even if you close the application, you can easily find the bookmark again. Amazing. What about multiple users? For that, we've introduced a simple color coding system to avoid confusion. If you want to share a particularly inspiring item, you literally share it. Another special feature is password protection, which is voice activated. Excuse me, that's mine. At IKEA, we feel that technology this life enhancing should be in the hands of everyone. So the 2015 IKEA catalog is free. You can download one from your mailbox, the one you open with a key. If it's not there, try refresh the next day. Or you can upload yourself to the IKEA store and find one there. Experience the power of a book.
I thought this commercial was like the perfect example to explain a little bit about voice of customer, which is another area as well that we tried to implement to gather more insights and information from our customer. And I was leading the technical implementation of the IKEA catalog 2014, and we did a lot of augmented reality. So you essentially can put the furniture in your house just holding your phone, and we work with a company called Metaio. What we realized is that when we started tracked at one particular day, we didn't know that IKEA Singapore at that time has launched this, and it went viral very quickly. So we start to monitor, another team start to monitor what was happening right now in social media. They start to come up like, wow, everyone is talking about IKEA right now. What is happening? So then we realized that it was as a result of this commercial campaign. And the catalog just went totally viral without the need to do anything really more than a commercial. So this is where like sort of voice of customer is so important. It just gives you so many insights. We gather a lot of information from BrandWatch, which was the social media listening tool that we were using at that time. And it was very good. It produced a lot of insights. For the IKEA catalog, we try to do that as well. So like we of course track all the click stream that is relevant, but at the same time, we try to go further. We try to investigate why they are doing certain things. So then surveys become very relevant. The IKEA catalog is about inspiration. So we try to see what is working, what is no in terms of storytelling, in terms of inspiration, how the catalog is used, what parts of the augmented reality were accessed, and if they were no access, why, and so on. So this is an area that we are very fond of. In terms of competitive intelligence, which is another area that how we can gather more information and more insights, we don't do much, but we are trying to move into that arena. So this is, for example, just a simple search in Google Trends of the term IKEA. And as you can see, in the United Kingdom, the organic search gives us higher results. And this could be because we have just recently launched the new e-commerce platform in Ireland, and we are going to do the same in the UK in the next months. So with this, in this way, we can see how, how popular is certain terms are going with our customers, and like sort of what is important, what they are looking for, and then we can make certain changes and so on. Segmentation, it's a very important part for IKEA. We segment a lot. We try to like sort of look everything in terms of the customer journey. We try to look into personas and so on. And otherwise, that is not relevant for us because we are a very customer-centric company. So for example, with e-commerce, what we try to do is also like to apply some funnels. And we just don't concentrate in one particular metric, but we try to look all metrics in a global way and try to concentrate in the ones that will give us more insights. So for example, in terms of page effectiveness as well, which pages are taking our customers to buy certain products. So we establish a path and so on. We get insights from our product information as well, and this is some events and some data that we obtain from that. And we try to see as well, if a customer buys one product, what other product they are buying as well. In terms of reports, because as I explained before, we have several teams, and these several teams, they have different knowledge. Some of them, they just want a very clear and simple reporting. There is certain reports that we produce that have very clear information that can serve for the purpose, and so they can correct some marketing campaigns, and they can increase the return on investment as well. So, and just coming back a little bit where I started when we started to talk about big data, and I heard from the presentation of the Shell guys that they were in early stages of the journey. I think we are even at earlier stages, but we think as we always do in IKEA, that a lot of our growth will come from doing what we already know in a much better way. So we already start laying the foundation of what we want. We know that the main thing for us is our customers. So we will grow from there. We have lots of information. We have, as you saw during my presentation, different sources of information. I think the challenge for us, it will be how to integrate these sources of information and how to make these different touch points, these different customer touch points talk to each other. But we have started the journey, so we are trying to look in a holistic way. And I think the wonderful thing about a conference like this is that it gives us a lot of ideas how this can be implemented for the future. And maybe we can leapfrog. So instead of going through all the stages like the lady from IBM described, maybe we can just go from the stage 1 to stage 4 in one go. Because then we can see what is relevant for us and what is relevant for our company. We are not a technology company, we are retail, and there is certain things that are closer to our heart, like our customers. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for this duo presentation, right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a great
thank
presentation.
you.
Thank you.